You bet. All right, so I first want to tell everybody thank you so much for being on this call today. And I also feel a little bit nervous. It's kind of the first time you meet me, so I hope I don't suck. And Jeff, we hope we don't scare everybody off as a result of meeting them. So I want to know, how long have we got, Jeff, if you'd let me know?
Well, the time is yours, so I know there'll be questions, and there's a lot of new people on the call as well, some of the experienced people, but the time is yours to use as you see fit.
Well, you are giving me an open license to talk all day.
Well, I would say within reason, Fred, but you've got a good internal clock, so who am I to tell you how long to take?
All right, well, I'll walk through some of these, and it's a little bit difficult when you're doing a webinar to kind of know everybody's level on their compensation plan, how much you've gone through, and what questions you have. So since everybody here, I hope, is familiar with GoTo anyway, please make sure you type in all of the chats that you have or questions the moment they come up. And I will do my best to be dynamic as I'm kind of presenting to you all about our compensation plan and answer those questions specifically that you have. All right. So if I start out in our plan, I am, as Jeff said, very biased about our compensation plan because it was my baby. We sat down when we first started, our first time with starting in ARIIX, and we sat down and identified all of the things that people hate in network marketing when it comes to their compensation plan. We also identified all of the neat features and items that we saw in people's compensation plans. People would have certain features that they loved and said, oh, this is good, but they hate, as you would know them, to be little tripwires. The things that hang you up, cause you to lose income, not qualify for commissions, and in fact, generally, the things that drive people crazy that ultimately end up in a bad reputation with direct selling. For example, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the latest on Herbalife, but Herbalife got into a $200 million settlement ultimately because their compensation plan required so much for people to sponsor as well as to hit sales quota requirements that made them buy a significant amount of product in order to be able to qualify for commissions. And I'm sure, as Jeff, you've been a pretty big leader in a few companies, you can attest, the last thing you want is a garage full of products sitting in your basement and trying to pawn them off and package them up and ship them because you don't know what you're going to do with them and there's no room for the car.
I did that, and it was my parents' garage, believe it or not. But yes, I went through that in 1998.
Yeah, and what do you do with the stuff, right? You can never get rid of it.
Well, the stuff gets so old and stale that you don't do anything with it.
Yeah, you just end up eating it. And that is what then makes people complain about direct sales and raises the warning flags to come to organizations like the FTC. So we went through, made that list, and then Mark basically turned over all the benefits and the antis and said, I want you to build a compensation plan now that doesn't have these negatives, but has most, if not all, of these positives. So it actually is a little more difficult than you think. I have the opportunity to consult for a lot of direct selling companies, many, many compensation plans. It's how I got into this industry. And so we went through and came up with a new compensation plan. Now, I know everybody says their compensation plan is different. I know it. I've heard it a million times. Ours is unique and different. But until this time, actually, there has only been three kinds of compensation plans: a unilevel, a matrix, and a binary. They have done hybrids where they combine aspects of two of them, but the structure in the tree has always been one of those three types. For us, we came up with a brand new structural type, which we call a multi-line. And as you can see from this diagram, the uniqueness of this compensation plan allows our representatives to build as wide as they like or as deep as you like. In a binary, you build wide, but it only pays so many levels deep. On a unilevel, on a binary, you build too wide and as deep as you want. On a unilevel, as wide as you want and only a few levels deep. And on a matrix, you limit the width and in the depth. But the one pattern that has never been available until ARIIX is the ability to build as wide as you like a unilevel, or as deep as you like a binary. So you now have your choice when you're building. It also enables us to be able to acquire any organization or any company for that matter and move the entire team into our compensation plan without changing the parent-child or the sponsor-sponsoree relationship. This is an industry first. It can't be done. If you are a unilevel, you can't join with a binary. If it's a binary, you can't join into a unilevel without moving people. And then there's always conflicts that are associated with wanting to move people. So for that reason, we have filed for a patent on this. We actually filed it quite a while ago. I was told that it takes between 4 and 6 years to get a patent. We are now into our 5th year, just starting, not quite, I think, our 5th year for this patent. And I was informed by our attorney just a month ago or so that given the fact that we have not been turned down at this point as they do their research to evaluate how unique it is, it would appear his best guess is it will not be turned down to have our patent granted. So we're very excited about this as well as several other patents that we have processed. So, do you like to build like a unilevel? Do it that way. If you like to build like a binary, do it that way. And if you have prospects that have a preference for one or the other, do them. Now, as I go through this compensation plan, I'm going to assume that all of you have read through it, understand it a little bit, and so I'm just going to try to reiterate the terms of this. However, at the end, I want to show you just how simple the compensation plan is. Our #1 income earner in the world, she makes just over 1.4 million. She's just over 30 years old, and she did it by following only the tiny, simplest steps that I'll outline at the end of this comp plan. So as we go through it, don't worry. It will be or seem very complicated. But by the time it's done, you're going to learn just how simple this compensation plan really is because we have done everything for you automatically. All right? Go to the next, Jeff, if you would. I hope you can hear me, Jeff. Oh, thank you. All right. I want to start out with how each of the ways are available to you to earn commissions. First of all, we have our bonuses that help you make a lot of money and incent people to do different activities. The first one that we have is our what we call ASAP bonus. Our ASAP bonus is designed to generate earnings for people as fast as possible. So depending on packs that you sell, it doesn't matter what pack you sell, it doesn't matter when you sell them, you receive an extra bonus for selling that particular pack. Let me say that again. Many companies you'll come from, in fact yours itself, have what they call enrollment packs. We will no longer be having enrollment packs because we do not pay to enroll people. We have packs that you purchase that are larger in volume, and just like any retail place, the more you buy, the better the discount. And in our case, the bigger the pack you sell to an end consumer, the bigger the bonus that you will receive for selling those particular packs. And you can receive that bonus whether or not you've enrolled them or sell it to them again at any time that they purchase. Whoops, in the middle of the, sorry about that, let me turn my phone off. Anytime they sell it in the middle of their lifetime with ARIIX. So, sell a big pack of Slender Eyes, and then your same person you sponsored does it 5 weeks later, a month later, a year later. If they buy that pack again, you receive the bonus. The next way that we earn commissions, of course, is our base commissions. Base commissions will walk you through in some detail on how it works, but it is basically 15% of every point you sell in volume coming from any type of a customer, whether that customer is a preferred customer, a member, or a representative. It is irrelevant. You will receive 15% on every line but one. And we have to limit it with one line out, otherwise we would be a pyramid, and the people at the top would make all the money. And that is not the case in ours. The third bonus that we have is what we call our team lead bonus. The team lead bonus it gets its name from our team leads. And our team lead individuals are our lowest rank. But I would argue it's also our most important rank, because it's the first time individuals receive a check, and they receive a check on their team lead bonus for having sponsored 4 members into ARIIX. So view it as 4 customers or potential representatives. They bring them in, and they will receive enough money in base commissions plus this bonus to pay for what the average representative consumes on a 4-week basis. Let me say that again. It's basically a and it's free program. Find 4 individuals that are consuming the products that you have sponsored and introduced the products to, and you will receive this bonus and your base commissions, which will be equal in amount to what you're paying for your own personal consumption of ARIIX products. This is so important for us because people are twice as likely to stay twice as long with ARIIX if they receive a check. And they virtually never leave if they earn enough in products. You're going forward. I don't want you to go yet. You're a little anxious for me, if you would, sir. We want people to make sure they earn enough that they never leave. And retention is fantastic when they are able to stay with ARIIX because of the amount of money that they're earning. Now, I don't know where you are. You're all over the place, sir. So let's go to driving me crazy, sir. I hope you can hear me, or am I just talking to myself?
Nope, I got it fixed. Technology glitch there. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Now, our next bonus that you see listed out on here is our income position bonus. We have, as many of you who have gone over our business have learned, you receive up to $2,000 per pay line in base commissions that we're going to discuss. But in addition to that bonus, we have overrides well above $2,000. In fact, how could our top distributor earn $1.4 million if they were limited to $2,000 every week? So the income position bonus allows you to have multiple re-entries in which you actually own 2 or 3 or 4, actually unlimited number of positions in your ARIIX tree. It's like owning 2 franchises instead of 1. But the great news is the volume of all your customers will count in both income positions. And the more income positions you earn money on, the bigger your bonuses that you receive. So you get an override bonus as you continue to grow your business and make it larger and larger. Next one, if you would, sir. Our pay line bonus is rewarded to individuals who like to build more like a unilevel and like to build wide. Since you reach a limit of $2,000 per line segment in our compensation plan, you are going to earn extra pay lines, which allow you to earn $2,000 again and again and again each week. So for those of you who are familiar with a unilevel, think of it as the ability to have unlimited number of lines, each earning $2,000 a week, and an override bonus as you continue to do more and more lines. Our next one is our savings bonus. Now this one to me is important because it kind of shows you the, how do I put it, the difference between us and other network marketing companies. I know of one company that was a shooting star. It grew really fast and collapsed, but it shot up really fast because they were bragging how people were earning cars in as little as 1 month. And they have these car bonuses and incentive programs where people can go out and get a lease. It's funny to me how carefully worded that is, okay? They call it you just won a car. But the reality is you didn't just win a car. You won your first month's lease of a car, and you have put yourself in debt. That means for the rest of your life, you're going to have to keep going through and earning enough to make that monthly car payment every single month. And I won't go through the names to belittle another company, but they had more foreclosures on their vehicles because people couldn't afford it when their business was being built. For us, what we have done is created a savings plan. This is in addition to all other earnings. But as you accumulate at least $250 a week in base commissions, you will earn an extra 15% that we put into a savings account for you. These savings are accumulated as long as you maintain your active status with ARIIX. When that savings bonus accumulates to 10,000 points in total volume, we issue that, convert it to a check, give you cash, and you receive $10,000 that you can do anything you want. You don't have to buy a BMW, you don't have to buy a Cadillac, you don't have to buy a pink Cadillac. You get to use the money as you see fit. And then thereafter, the money is paid to you every 4 weeks, earned weekly. So the great thing we're trying to teach is fiscal responsibility. We have nothing wrong. If you want to go buy a car, do it. But why not wait until your business is large enough and stable enough to be able to afford the payments, and the $10,000 won't make a bad down payment for the vehicle that you wish to purchase. But not everybody wants a car. Some people want school, education, washer, dryer. It's their choice. Our last bonus is our matching bonus. This bonus is designed for our top leaders. It is a larger bonus potentially than all other ways to earn commissions combined. So for those of you who have network marketing experience, I want you to think of your organization and how many people were earning a check. Jeff, you have had some pretty large organizations in your day, and a lot of those individuals were making pretty good checks, I have a hunch. Yeah. Had Jeff built that organization here in ARIIX rather than elsewhere, those individuals, he would be receiving up to 7 generations. And to appreciate how many 7 generations is, it's tens of thousands of people who are all earning checks in his downline. He will receive an unlimited, unrestricted match as a percentage of what they earn on every single person in his downline organization.
And Fred, to your point on that one is the matching check from a group that I brought from another company has paid hundreds of thousands of dollars just on that bonus alone.
On that one alone. In fact, it's funny. We have one rep who sponsored our number one distributor worldwide. And this lady, this representative, our sponsor, receives a matching bonus on her. And think about it. If she's doing 1.4 to 1.5, that matching bonus is 15%. 15% would be a small mint on 1.4 million annually. It would be 210,000 on her alone if that's what she were making on base commissions. It's huge, not counting all the people that she sponsored. So this is the one that kind of gives everybody the dream that they keep going out and looking for the big superstar. Jeff Boyle's sponsor loves Jeff Boyle. And I'll tell you what, he loves him because he makes a lot of money on all of the activity that Jeff Boyle did. It also keeps individuals wanting to help their downline and the top leaders engaged with their downline, because in so doing, they make more money not only for that individual, but also for themselves. The last item I have included on here is an 8th way to make money, but it is actually not part of the compensation plan. This is a guest invitation to our top, best, most respected leaders to invite them to actually become partners with us in ARIIX. When I worked for my former employer, he invested $1 million into his company, and years later, without virtually any involvement of any significance, he would make more money in a year than all of his employees and his top leaders combined. He didn't even work, didn't work at the company, at anything. He just made an incredible investment. And at ARIIX, we felt that was really unfair. The individuals that are really producing the sales and the volumes aren't me, isn't our president or our CEO or our COO. It is you out there in the field. So for those representatives that have come up with a great organization, they have built a large, significant organization and are a significant part of why we are successful in any particular market. Plus, they have a great character, excellent reference, and we work with them. By invitation only, they are invited into the Founders Club. Now, the Founders Club not only allows them to participate in an override of the profits of the entire market for which they are founders, they have special rights. And these rights include the ability to overturn terminations that are done by the corporate for breach of contract. So if you as a leader are terminated and think it was wrongful, in the past, the company was the judge, the jury, the benefactor, and the prosecuting attorney. In ARIIX, you have a place to appeal where one of your peers can actually be the judge and the jury to overturn any decisions. They also have voting rights should we decide it's necessary to change our compensation plan, and for price increases. So they really have a seat at the executive table to be able to give input in the direction to which the company is headed. All right, so now let's go through the basics on how you earn commissions. Now again, the great thing about this is going to be, while it may seem complicated, it's fairly easy to do. And if you walk through these little pictures that you see, these represent the titles and the average earnings that our representatives make in ARIIX. And we are very, very proud of these numbers. This number, to give you an example, all of our full-time representatives on the screen that you see right there, that represents 2.73%. Did you know the average in the industry is about 0.4% makes up the very top income earners? If it is 0.4% and ours is 2.35%, it means we have almost 7 times more individuals earning full-time income than our competitors do. Our average earnings chart is one of, if not the best, and I will tell you for myself, it is the best average earnings chart I have ever seen of any network marketing company, and I have seen a lot of average earnings charts. So let's walk through the base commissions on how these individuals get started with ARIIX and then make some money with ARIIX. So next click, first, you will sign up and enroll as an applicant here with ARIIX, and you will purchase, the only requirement is a starter kit, which we call our BOSS, our Business Orientation System. Activation is required for your income position with 150 points in value of products and goods that we sell to you. Now, here's the great news. The great news on this. Everyone in the planet requires the individual to make these purchases to activate their income position. ARIIX does not require this. Let me say again, we are the first company. We do not require auto ship, and we do not require the purchase to activate your income position. You may generate this 150 points by your own purchase, yes. But if you don't want to do a single purchase, go sell and refer our products to a preferred customer. When the preferred customer referred by you makes their purchase, that will count towards your 150 points. If you want to buy the product and retail it to an end consumer, that too would count towards your 150 points. It doesn't need to come from one person. It can come from several customers, and it doesn't have a set length of time. You can take up to a year to generate 150 points worth of volume to be able to activate your income position. So that's a big deal when people tell you, I don't have the money. You don't need the money at all to be able to start your ARIIX business. All right? Next, with activating your business, you can see that we offer a variety of packs that make it much more convenient for you to be able to come in at different levels in our business. If you're an individual who just wants to consume the product, you can come in just as a preferred customer. If you want to come in and get the wholesale price, best price possible, buy us BOS and start purchasing products just as a member. But if you want to do this business and make a significant amount of income from it, then you have your option at what level you would like to join. You can join as a member, a business, elite, and actually the slide's a little dated, Jeff. We also have ultimate packs. And suffice it to say, the larger the level that you purchase in your initial establishment with ARIIX, the more discount on products, services, and value that you receive. So just like any other a Costco, if you will, the more you buy, the better the discount and the better the value it is for the purchase. I would really recommend you get at least an elite pack or an ultimate, because the potential earnings that you will receive in your commissions for the products that you sell going forward are substantially greater for people that came in at the elite level or at the ultimate level. Next, at the time you start, you have the option to join with what we call our 2X membership. Think of this as a Sam's Club discount membership. It's a once in a lifetime membership fee. You'll never pay for it twice. It is $150 US at the time at which you enroll. You receive an extra 15% on all purchases that you make for the rest of your life with ARIIX. You also receive the ability to double all bonuses in our compensation plan. So, for those of you who remember just a few slides ago, the bonuses that I went over with you, you would double them if you purchased a 2X membership. For those of you who want to do this business and want to become financially successful at it, the higher the level that you start with, the depends on whether or not the product is free. So if you buy a member pack, you must pay for the 2X membership. But at a business level, elite or ultimate level, the 2X membership is included free in those levels of entry. So you will do great by getting a larger pack to start with, because you'll get your 2X membership without having to pay for it. Next. Perfect. All right. Now I want to walk you through, if you will, kind of a way for those of you that really want to build this business fast and make a lot of money, is by selling these types of packs that we offer. When you incorporate an ASAP bonus, which, remember, is a bonus that is paid directly to you for selling certain packs at any time in a consumer's life, when you are able to sell that and sponsor and base commissions that you are going to earn, you are able to get back every bit of money that you've ever put into ARIIX for all the products and services that you've purchased with as few as 6 individuals. And in fact, if you can do the same with ultimate packs, elite and ultimate packs, it can be as few as 4 individuals to get your return on the initial cash that you chose to outlay. So you can see it's why I love our compensation plan so well. It's, look, anytime you sell products or services, you're going to make money. Anytime you purchase a lot of products or services, you're going to get better discounts. But in any way you do it, it's never a requirement at all that you have to purchase or that you have to enroll people. It is simply based on developing and selling customers products that ARIIX offers. And the great thing about ARIIX is, since we are a house of brands, you get to choose the brands that you want to sell and offer to people, and it is your choice which ones you want to focus on, be it one or every product that is offered by ARIIX. Next one, if you would. All right. Now, in order to keep your business active, which means commission eligibility for every 4 weeks, you need to generate 75 points. Most companies go every month. We keep it every 4 weeks, and we call this a cycle. So we have 13 months, i.e. 13 cycles in an annual calendar basis, and that way it's always an even period of time, and all our product quantities are based on a 28-day supply. Now, in order to get this requirement done of 75 points, there are several ways you can do this. And again, this was going to have to be updated, sir, because there are different ways. First, you can purchase the product and resell it. Now, the great thing about reselling it is you get to command any price that you wish. But if you don't want to buy the product and sell it from us, you don't even have to do that. We have now changed the rules at ARIIX in which you can get a preferred customer to purchase the products as well. We will sell them the product, we will ship them the product, and that purchase will count towards your own eligibility requirement. So let me say it one more time. You don't need to buy any product from ARIIX whatsoever to be commission eligible. Just have a preferred customer. Get someone to buy the products that you have referred, and you will meet the eligibility required for commission qualification. Every time in this company, not in this company, in this industry, I hear everybody always saying, I just couldn't afford the auto ship. Well, here's the great news. Yeah, I do think that you need to be able to have a consumer of the product, but it isn't necessary for commissions whatsoever. You just need to find customers of our products. And, of course, we offer an auto delivery program to make it nice and convenient so that you don't run out of your products every single cycle. Next one. All right, we did that. Next one. All right, I want to walk you. Whoa, getting excited. I want to walk you through how base commissions works. In order to earn base commissions, it actually walks fairly easily. You earn up to $2,000 per line for every line that you optimize, with the exception of one. The one line that has your largest volume for that week, and it can change every week, is what is called your power line. All other lines are your pay lines. We take the total sum of all the product sales that are done by your team, whether they be members, reps, or preferred customers, or your own purchases. We will sum them up. They go on your pay lines. We multiply that by 15%, and you receive a sum in base commissions. So, in this example that you see on the screen, you can see that they sponsored 4 individuals. First individual, their power line has 150 points. All their other lines have 75 points. We pay 15% on each line. It would give you a total of $33.75 in base commissions only. Next, if you would, Jeff. All right. This process follows until you do what we call optimize. That means you reach $2,000 in a week. Now, this is a weird number, I know. It's 13,334 points. I can't help the math, but if you do 2,000 divided by 15%, it's 13,334 points. So, when you accumulate 13,334 points in total from all the people on 2 lines, one being your power line, the other one being your pay line, you receive a $2,000 base commission check, plus you get 2 Christmas presents, 2 additional items. One, you receive a new income position. Again, that's like, if you remember the bonus, that's like entering in the organization again yourself. And now your volume will count twice. Any person put under your second income position, the volume will count on that income position, and it'll roll up on your first income position. So in the example you see here, anybody you put under income position 2, the volume will count on those lines as well as your line 4 of your first income position. The second gift that you receive is another pay line. And the pay line is then added. You don't pay extra for it. You don't have to do anything special to it. But now it enables you to build another team on that line and earn yet another $2,000 a week. Each time a line optimizes the first time, you receive another income position and you receive another line. So you can quickly see every time I optimize a line, I get another one, which means actually there are an infinite number of lines that you can earn, and there are an infinite number of income positions that you can earn. Because in this example, if your income position 2 optimizes, that is, it earns 13,000 on its left and its right, you will earn another line for your income position 2, and another income position to be placed under your income position 2. So, every time a line optimizes its first time, add another line, add another income position. You can keep growing and growing infinitely deep or wide or both, and that's how you can earn unlimited income potential. Now, gold status is a very important thing I want to emphasize for each one of you that you want to make sure you've accomplished. Either from people that have come over in your case, or any new representatives that you sponsor into ARIIX, you place them on your line. If you can get this done in the first 8 weeks that you join ARIIX, you reach gold status. And gold status has a lot of additional benefits, including making it possible for you to earn matching bonus on these individuals immediately. So I highly recommend you, if you're going to do this business and you want to make money at ARIIX rather than just product consumption, get your 4 individuals in ARIIX as fast as possible. All right. Now, I want to show you a couple of cool features that we have in our compensation plan that, frankly, I think show our character and what we're trying to accomplish for you. This first one is called auto balancing. Now, while most companies do something to try to keep the tripwires from you earning any money, ARIIX thought exactly backward. Because at the end of every commission cycle, that late night, all distributors worldwide are up late night looking on their back office genealogy, trying to figure out where their money should go, how they should place their money, where they should put their volume to earn their commission checks. It drives you crazy because that's all you do is focus on it. But in our compensation plan, we came up with a concept called auto balancing. This is a very complicated mathematical algorithm, and it's so complicated that we have filed a patent for it as well, and it has not been denied, so I believe this one actually is going to also stand as well. How this patent works is any volume from extra orders that you make above the qualifying 75 points, whether you bought it, whether you retailed it, or even your preferred customers who buy directly from us, all of that volume goes into a bucket. And that bucket volume that we're talking about is then placed on the lines that would earn you the most commissions for any given week. So think of it this way. The computer just says, hey, you don't know where to put your volume. We'll put it for you on the lines necessary to optimize your commission check, including all bonuses. The great thing about this, think about it, guys, it really doesn't matter anywhere you put your people. If you have a preferred customer buying from you, I guarantee you will earn a commission check because that volume will automatically be balanced to make sure you receive a commission check. That's why we have a lot of doctors who are selling our products who say, don't even call me on the compensation plan. It's too complicated. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about it. If I send people to buy product from you and I get the referral, well, I earn a commission check, and we're very happy to say, yes, you don't need to know anything, you get it. But it gets even better if you came in with the Elite or the Ultimate pack. Because you see, the more lines you have, whether there's anyone on them or not, doesn't matter. The more lines you have, the greater the income you receive from auto-balanced volume. Because the computer, as you can see in these two examples, if you had 450 volume points in a bucket and 2 people on your line, you would earn, for the same amount of volume, you would earn a greater percentage, in this example, 50% more with 4 lines than you do with 2 in base commissions. So that's why I said it's kind of behooves you to come in at a higher level when you first join ARIIX if you are going to get a lot of customers going on this product. If you're just going to buy the product, I'll be a preferred customer. But if you want to build the business, come in at a higher level. ARIIX is also investigating filing a patent on something that may seem stupid, but we've never heard of it. And that is a cost of living increase for our reps on our team lead bonus as well as on our base commissions. Here's what we realized. You know, when I started my former company in 1994, they paid $1,000 to optimize their income position. Today, they still pay $1,000 to optimize their income position. That was over 20 years ago. That same $1,000 has buying power of about $600 today. For us, isn't it nice to know, and we have filed a patent that we have pending on this, that we will adjust your commissions on a cost of living increase so that as our prices go up invariably, as all prices do, your commissions will also go up so that you can keep up with the cost of living. Kind of makes it fun to be able to see that, oh wow, these guys really do put their money where their mouth is. Now, the rest of this presentation that you are free to go through, for example, this team lead bonus, are the details of how each of our bonuses are paid. Now, obviously, if I walked you through how each of these are paid, you would all go crazy. We'd be on this call for another hour, and your brain already at 1 hour has got to be close to blowing up. It's just a lot of information to capture. So I promised you at the end, rather than give you all these details, what I would do is walk you through a simple way to do our compensation plan, and you don't need to be a compensation plan expert. So forget everything that you have just gone through. If nothing else, it shows you that we have done all the things we can to try to make it very easy for you to earn as much money as possible. But the biggest thing I want you to learn is this simple concept. Join ARIIX and go find 4 people to join this business with you. That's it. When our #1 representative, when she joined ARIIX, she asked me, it seems complicated. What do I have to do? I said, go find 4 people. Go find 4 customers. Go find 4 members. Do whatever you can to find these individuals and get them to consume ARIIX products. If you will do this, the next step is to teach them to find 4. And then to teach them to find 4. If you will just do this duplication process, you will find that the average person in just over 3 years doing this 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, will earn as much money as they do in their full-time job working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And that's exactly what she did. She didn't worry where she put her preferred customers because it didn't matter. We have auto balancing. She didn't worry about even where she placed her people because the system will place them for you if you don't know where to place them. She just said, I have something simple to do. Go share this with 4 people and get those 4 to find 4 and duplicate. As soon as she broke it down to that easy, she made a lot of money and continues to make a lot of money in ARIIX. This plan is simple if you'll do it. And I'm telling you something else. It's the reason we were recognized as the #1 compensation plan in network marketing. We are recognized because we pay out more than anyone. We don't pay out 50% of points. We pay out 50% of every dollar that goes out. I know, I'll give you one company an example. They brag they pay out 50%, but they only pay 80% points to dollars and then 50% of points, which means 40% of every dollar. So you have joined a company that if you are going to sell products, goods, and services, you will earn more money for the sale of those products and services with ARIIX than with any other network marketing company there is. And that, I'm telling you, is the greatest reason in why ARIIX is growing at a tremendous rate. In fact, we just celebrated our 5th birthday, and we are now one of the largest 100 direct selling companies in the industry. And last year, we continued to climb the ranks based on our growth rate. So to that end, remember, keep it easy. I'm giving you these information because I know most of you have come from another network marketing company. But if you're going to present this opportunity to others, it's real simple. Why don't we just show them 4 people, get them to sponsor 4 individuals, and tell them, I'll teach you the rest of the compensation plan when you're making $120,000 every single year. And I have a hunch for you, most people, $120,000 a year will be more money than they thought was ever possible to make in a direct selling company. So to that end, Jeff, I haven't seen any questions come across my desk or anything you want to add or
There's
questions.
a there's a
I'm
whole
now.
bunch of them. I'll try to give you the simplest ones to be able to go through it. Um, can we get a team lead bonus on preferred customers, and or do your four have to be on auto ship to get the team lead bonus?
Okay, so the first question, do they have to be representatives you sponsor? They have to be members, which is someone who bought a starter kit, or representatives. Yes. However, I'll give you a little inside tip. That may be changing soon to include preferred customers. I have a hunch you may, wink, wink, see that change coming. The other is, do they have to be on auto ship? No. You just must have at least four who have a total point generation at 75 points.
Okay.
Next question.
Next one. Will you please tell us what the best structure is? It to go wide or is it to go deep?
Great question. And here's the great answer. It doesn't matter. Some of our richest people have gone wide, and half of our richest people have gone deep. Most people who build deep come from a binary. Most people who build wide come from a unilevel. It won't matter. You can't screw it up. And the great news is we don't have any tripwires in our plan that say if you put the person in the wrong spot or you should have put them here instead of here, it's going to cost you millions. We don't have any of those problems whatsoever. I will tell you two things to help you decide, and I don't know if it makes it easier, but at least you're more informed. If you build wide, you get more money quicker, because by building deep, you always need a power line and a pay line on every single income position that you have. Whereas if you build wide, you only have one power line and you have a whole bunch of pay lines. So it's quicker to make more money fast if you build wide. However, the downside of it is you have more cross-line teams. If you build deep, it is a little more difficult. Now, it's not as hard as you think, because even though you need a power line and a pay line, the volume double counts, right? It all rolls up all through your first income position. So it is more solid to build deep. And the second is you will earn more money on less volume in the long run if you build deep. So quick and fast is wide with more cross-line teams. Deep is a little slower and more permanent. More people are benefited, and you'll make more money in the long run with a smaller bunch of volume. But both are very successful.
Okay. If someone joins as a member, can they later, such as 2 or 3 months later, upgrade to an elite pack?
They may later, no is the answer to the question after 8 weeks. However, we give quite a bit of latitude to let people do that if they wish to. It would be an exception, and you would call customer service. If it's missed by just a little while, they almost always grant it. If it was years away, no, you're probably no chance.
Okay. So can we set our system, our X office, on automatic, and the X office will place any new distributors in the best position?
Yes, and you don't even have to touch it to place them automatically. However, you can customize your own rule of how you want them placed. Do you want them placed going wide? Do you want them placed going deep? And I wouldn't just default and let the system do it, just because you may have people that work together, people that clash together, people that are closer in proximity, people that aren't. There's always a bunch of extenuating circumstances. But if you don't know or don't care, yes, just let the system default, and it will place it where it will optimize your commission check for you.
Okay. So Jeanette asks, so if I buy 175 points each month, then 100 points will go in the bucket to be auto balanced?
How many points did she say if she bought how many?
175.
If she buys 175, 100 would go into the bucket and auto balance on every line that will optimize pay.
Okay. Michelle asks, can a preferred customer sign up their own customers?
No, not yet. Although a referral program for a preferred customer is a marvelous idea. And I'm going to tell you right now, that will be coming. The only reason we haven't instigated it yet is we have our own, we use an out third-party system to run our commissions and our orders processing. We are in the process of developing our own order processing system. It should be done, IT tells me, by the end of the year. If IT is typical, it'll be 5 years from now. But as soon as our system is implemented, that will be one of the new benefits preferred customers will be able to do.
Okay. Here is another one asking about what is in the ultimate pack. So I just put that on the screen for someone asking about that. The next.
And remember, on that pack, you can get a variety of products. You can get any type of products that you want. It doesn't necessarily need to be a set pack.
Just 1,500 PV. Is that
correct in points?
All right. Clifford asks, do the 4 people have to be on auto delivery to receive the team lead bonus?
No.
Okay. That can be done through customers, preferred customers, and the like.
All right. No, I believe the question refers to, I'm not positive, but I believe the question refers to auto ship. Do they need to be on, quote, auto ship? No. If they placed the order and did the points, it would count.
Okay. All right. Next one is, please explain the parameters of the savings bonus. What percentage do you get, and how do you qualify to get it?
Every time, if you are commission eligible, every time you earn $250 in base commissions, you receive 15% more that goes into the savings account. So on $250, 15% is $37.50. So $37.50 credit would be added into that account. If the next week you don't get $250, you don't lose that credit. It just doesn't accumulate anymore. Then the next week you get $300. You would get 15% of $300 or $45. It would be added to the $37.50, and you would get a bigger credit balance going on. That continues on until it's $10,000 worth of credits, and then we write you a check for $10,000. We zero the account, and going forward, you would earn 15% every week on $250, but we pay it out monthly instead of store it for you. And there is a limit on how much you can make in a week on the savings bonus, and it is limited to $500 a week.
Okay. Next one's from Jackie. We have 10 days to place members. I know Jackie's asked this in the past, if they are placed in the wrong spot. So for those 10 days, do weekends count or just business days?
I don't know.
That is the first time anybody has ever stumped you, Fred. Very well done, Jackie.
I do not know, but I'll make you a deal, Jackie, for you. 10 business days. And here's why I can smile and say that. I believe the actual law is calendar days, but if no one is placed under them and they have not sponsored anyone, that deadline is very flexible. The idea is once you've built a business, we don't want you moving. But if you really haven't done anything to that point and you're in the wrong spot, it is accommodated to your liking.
Well, she just wrote yay, so you made her happy with it. And I know your time is busy and we've gone over a little bit, and she's saying thank you. There's still a ton of questions, and I'll just do 2 more. But there's just a bunch of them coming in.
I wonder why I didn't get any. I would have answered them on that minute. Sorry. We can go through. Why don't we fly through a few more if they're fairly easy? If they're big ones, Jeff, you can take them.
All right. So what does $1 million structure in the comp plan look like for a year?
Got it. Yep. You will need 7 pay lines. Optimizing every week. You can put 4 across and 1 reentry and 4 under that. That would do it as well.
So you can go 7 wide, or you can go 4 wide with 3 income positions underneath those 4?
No, 4 wide and then 1 income position under one of the pay lines and 4 more lines optimized.
Oh,
That's $1 million a year.
gotcha. All right, I understand. Very good. Anybody has questions on that, I can explain that. So that was a good question. Please explain all bonuses over the base pay and explain that the sum of the power legs does not have to equal to the sum of the pay legs. Do you
That one you're going to have to go over because that's the very first part of the whole talk that I went over were all the bonuses.
Okay. In your experience to find a chairperson, what's the ratio of prospect to rep to find one?
To find a what?
A chairperson.
400 to 1.
So for every 400 people that come in, 1 becomes a chairperson.
Correct. Now that I've said that, don't get discouraged. Let me tell you, I want you to think about that. 400 to 1. And that is every person you ask if they want to be part of network marketing. There's a bazillion no's in that. But if that were the case, it really means do 1 person a day. Ask 1 person a day. And every year you would find a chairperson. That would mean if you did it every day for 2 years, you would have 2 chair people. You would be making just over $120,000 a year. Find a third one. You're not making a $240. You'll make about $280,000 a year for 3 chair people. And it gets even easier. If you have to do it all, it's 400 people. But if you can get 1 person to join your business, guess what? Now it's not 400 you got to talk to, it's 200. 1 with you and 1 with the person you bring in. So it's exponential in the decay of how many people you have to talk to.
All right, there's still so many questions, so let me try to pick and choose a couple here. Please, we did not talk much about the reentry, and there's 3 or 4 questions about the reentry.
Okay.
The power reentry. Could you please explain the parameters of the power reentry?
Okay. So here's what a reentry is. You see, everyone says that you're limited to $2,000 a line at ARIIX, and that's not true. You're limited to $2,000 a line segment. The moment that line earns $2,000, it optimizes. It reaches $13,334. That's the same thing. You get another re-entry. You start again in the tree, and you get to place it under your best prospect on your best prospect's pay line. Now you're helping your prospect build, because that's where they're going to be building. You're building under there. You're making the person you sponsored more money, which makes you more money and makes you more money in matching bonus. So you get to keep re-entering and re-entering under yourself and earning another 2,000, another 2,000, another 2,000. So if you had 3 re-entries under each other, you would literally be triple dipping in terms of compensation every time someone joins ARIIX. Now, we also developed a new patent pending concept called a power reentry. This allows you to put your reentry not only on your power line, which means now you can start earning base commissions on your power line. Yeah, the first line segment, you don't earn base commissions, but if you put your power entry on your power line, now you would be earning base commissions on your re-entry. But the power re-entry also has one other magical power. You could place it anywhere. So you could put 2 re-entries right under each other and stack them. You could put the re-entry on anyone else's line, which means you could work cross-line with people. You could look up to your leader and put it on their pay line and work with them. It allows everyone to work with anyone in the company and earn commissions on them. This is so revolutionary. We were going to launch it when we launched ARIIX, and it scared everybody, so we didn't. But we filed a patent for it because it doesn't exist. Now, before you get nervous and say, well, people will take their power reentry, move to a competitor cross line, and then I will lose out. No, we have rules for that. Number 1, they will not be paid on their power reentry if they place it cross line. unless they are earning for you 13,334 points on their original spot. So they have to qualify optimizing the line for you. And once they've optimized it, you can't make any more than $2,000 on them anyway. So what do you care if they go somewhere else? It's just someone else's problem. Second, the matching bonus stays with you as the sponsor. So when they make more money with someone cross-line, you're receiving a matching bonus for that pay. So that's how reentries work and how the power reentry works. And that's what makes it so unique. We filed a patent on it.
All right. Well, this will be the last one. And I've been trying to answer some of the questions privately because there's so many of them. But for people in your downline that are pending, do you need to send them an email about the compensation plan to get them started? Or does ARIIX do this automatically?
Okay. They have already been set up as part of what you negotiated with your company, or a spot in the organization. However, eventually that's going to go away. So they don't need to do anything if they don't want to. They can just call in customer service and activate their income position. And if they don't want to, don't worry, nobody's going to hit their page. No one's going to charge them. They're not going to be hit with any fees or anything. We have to wait and see if they activate themselves.
Okay, and then this one relates kind of to that. Can you lose personally sponsored people? So Brenda asked, if you don't do your 75 points in a cycle every 4 weeks, what do you lose? And she's also asking, can you lose your organization if you don't do that in 4 weeks?
Okay, so the first question is, no, you will not lose your organization in 4 weeks. 2, you wouldn't lose it in 20 weeks. 3, you won't lose it until your year anniversary when you have to pay the renewal fee. If you don't pay the renewal fee, you will lose it. If you do pay your renewal fee, you will not lose it again. What you lose if you don't qualify with 75 points is commission eligibility. Now, this is important because the way you said it almost sounded like if I don't buy my 75 points, you don't need to buy your 75 points. Get a customer. Get a preferred customer, and then you don't ever need to buy 75 points in ARIIX if you don't want to. But if you don't get 75 points worth of volume generated, you will miss out on the commissions for that week. If you do it the next week, you will then be eligible for commissions for that week and 4 weeks thereafter, or 3 more weeks thereafter, for a total of 4 weeks. So you can come in and out of commission eligibility if you want to think of it like that. If you miss commission eligibility and you have sponsored people who earn a check, you will lose out on matching bonus. But here's the great deal. That money doesn't come to the company. That money will go to your upline sponsor. So we have dynamic compression. So if I were to even cancel someone out of ARIIX because I don't like you, the money's not going to go into my pocket. It's not going to go to ARIIX profits. It will go to the next upline person. So you're going to see a whole bunch of people. I can't tell you how many people who have left ARIIX and didn't realize they brought in 1 or 2 people who actually grew a huge business, and they would have been entitled to matching bonus, but because they're not eligible, they left it on the table, and they're giving it to the person who sponsored them.
Well, Fred, you've been awesome, and I'm so grateful for the time that you spent. And one of the things that I've told people, and Fred, you can make fun of me for this later on, but I was making approximately $10,000 per month before I understood what you're talking about today. And I've been,
I'm sure, yeah.
I've been in network marketing a long time, and I don't think that it's just me that, you know, some people want to know every detail before they start. The main thing that I would recommend to people is knowing that there are some details. This is one of the most exquisitely written compensation plans, and I don't just say that because you're on the call, Fred, is a very sophisticated compensation plan that pays at very high levels. But I would reiterate what Fred said, understanding how to get your 4 is the basis for everything. And we will continue to do these. There's a lot of different calls. But I'm grateful for your time today, Fred.
Hey, it's been my pleasure. And everybody, you've got my email is fred.cooper@arix.com. If you have questions, you can get me on social media. I'm on Facebook. Send me messages. I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. I'm pretty good at answering on messaging, and I'm also pretty good at responding to emails. Don't leave a voicemail message. You'll never get an answer back.
Well, we appreciate it. And I know there's a lot of great new people on this call, and it's just exciting to be able to have the man who wrote the plan be able to answer the questions. Thank you so much for being on.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks, everybody. And hey, we hope you become a part and get excited for ARIIX. I'm telling you, you don't realize it unless you have a lot of experience. You made a great choice. And I'm telling you, you made a great choice. I can't tell you how many companies have gone, convinced somebody, paid people to come to their company, and I always find they leave, they come back, and they say, I didn't realize what we had at ARIIX until. So there you have it.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll talk to you all
Thanks,
soon.
everybody, for the call.
Bye.